Hey everyone, it's Jessica with another layout for Not Just for Boys Kit Club. Today I'm using the Rugged Limitless Kit and the Essentials Kit. So you can grab that from the add-ons on the website. And I'm starting off with some Echo Park Nested Stitch Star dies. And I'm going to cut a few stars here in pretty big size. These are the biggest ones I have in the set. So they're probably almost 5 inches maybe, and I cut 4 of them out, 2 in the wood grain pattern and then 2 in the other patterns from the kit. And I'm going to use these behind my photos. So I'm going to layer them one on top of the other for both of my photos here of my little guy when he was fishing while we were camping with my husband. And I'm just going to pop them onto my layout right about in that area for both of them. And I'm just grabbing my date here, programming that into my date stamp. I put the dates on all the backs of my photos when I print them. That way I can keep them chronological in my scrapbooks. That way I know what I have to scrap. So I've got my 2 photos laid down here with some smooth white cardstock for the matting. And then I pulled out the sticker sheet from this kit by Photoplay. This is from the Bros Amazing collection, just distressing the edges of both of my photos. And then I'm going to leave them with that white matting, but I'm actually going to put a couple things behind them. So I'm using this little tabbed folder die by Ellie Studio to pop behind my photo. And then I'll just trim off the excess. So there's just that little piece that needs trimmed off. I'm going to do that for both of my photos with some different patterns from the kit. So I've got that one there, and then I've pulled out this pattern paper here for the back of this one. So same thing here, just trimming off the excess. And then I'm going to leave them pretty much like that, but I really liked the pieces that I trimmed off as well, so I'm just distressing the edges of those and popping them behind my photo on the other side just to make it look like I have a little bit more paper scrap behind there. So I'm just adding some additional layers, which is something that I just love to do behind my photos. So I've got my sticker sheet still sitting here. I'm trying to decide what exactly I want to do with this, but I know that I want to add some mixed media to this, and I want to try a new technique that I used the other day for one of my other layouts. I ended up using a sponge to add some mixed media to a sun on one of my layouts for cherry challenges, and I want to try that on this background. I really liked the control that I had with the sponge, so I'm going to go ahead and try that here with some Shimmerz paints. So I'm just laying out my stars, seeing exactly where I want my mixed media to go right now. So then I have an idea of where I want to place all of that, and yeah, so I'm just clearing off my desk right now, getting some water ready, and grabbing the Oakie Bear Blue color by Shimmerz Paints. And I'm just using my water to spray some directly into that because it's an Inklings. So what that means is it takes water to activate it, so you have to add it directly to the pot to get it to actually saturate into the paint and give you some moisture to work with. So I have just added some directly to the pot and then just dumped it on some packaging here. I could have just used my glass mat, but I ended up like kind of dumping some onto my layout at one point, so that's why I use that packaging so that I can actually pick it up and dump it onto my layout. But I really liked using that sponge because it gives you a lot of control with that mixed media, and you can get it exactly where you need it to go. I find like if I use anything else where I'm using packaging or my paintbrush or something, I don't feel like I have a ton of control and I can't blend the colors together as well. So for me, this sponge really worked out well for me. I also like to use a brayer too sometimes. That seems to work out pretty controlled. So I've got 2 different colors here I've used. The other one, the kind of turquoisey color there, is Jeni Blue, I think it's called, but it's a really pretty color. But I just dumped some onto my packaging because it's in a spray bottle and my sprayer isn't actually working on that one, so I just ended up dumping a little bit onto the packaging, and I did water it down a little bit too because it's pretty pigmented. And then I've grabbed a gold one here. I think it's Minor 49er, but I can't remember off the top of my head if that's what this one is or not, but it's really pretty gold shimmer, and I just wanted to add some flecks of that into the blues, so I'm just splattering some of that on, watering it down with my paintbrush as I go. So I'm going to let this dry and then come back here. I actually ran it through my laminator to flatten it out because it did warp up a little bit because I didn't add any gesso or anything like that. I'm not using a thicker paper today. I'm just using some regular color box textured white cardstock, which is my favorite. And yeah, so it did get a little bit warped when it was wet, but I just ran it through my hot laminator to flatten it out and it worked just fine. I added some stenciling there with some fossilized amber, Distress Oxide, and a stencil from the Crafter's Workshop. And then I wanted to use that epic sticker, but I didn't know where at the time I wanted to use it, so I just kind of set it aside for now. But I will use that here in a moment. But I'm going to actually use these Vicky Bouton stickers that come with this kit to make my title. And I'm going to add that on, and then I'm just going to continue to embellish by cutting out some die cut stars, some smaller ones, to go with this layout in the various pattern papers from the kit. So I'm just going to pop some music in here while I finish this up. So here is the finished layout. I hope that I've inspired you to create something beautiful today, and if you want to grab this kit from the shop, I will link it in the description below for you. So thank you guys for being here, and thanks so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye-bye!